We are building the Sports Heroes project from the YByte Python curriculum available at www.ybyte.in. We just saw in the last video that creating a set from the winners list eliminates all the duplicates and we end up with what is called a set, and it has only unique value. So there's no duplicates at all. In fact, we can see, let's say, type of say winners set, and clearly this is of the type set. Now in this video, let's spend some time trying to understand what these sets are, how do we create them, and certain, let's say, important points about a set. First thing first, as we saw, set is an unordered collection of data. These data items could in fact be of different data types. The fact that it's unordered means that I cannot index into this set. So for example, even here, if I were to try and do say winner set say 0, that will return an error because the set object is not subscriptable. So this is not like 0 is Michael Stitch, Boris Becker, and 1 is Boris Becker, and so on. It's just like a collection. It's completely unordered. The important bit, however, is that sets cannot have duplicates, as we just saw. In fact, converting a list to a set and removing duplicate values is quite useful. We saw this, for example, when we did set winners list. We just saw this to create a list of unique Wimbledon winners. Now think of the set as a collection, a bunch of data items from which, let's say, other collections are taken. A set could contain things which are, let's say, logically similar. For example, a set of valid English words, a set of positive numbers, a set of all the students in a school who play football, a set of students who are, let's say, age 15 and more, a set of students whose height is, let's say, more than 6 feet, and so on. There can be so many scenarios. You can be creating, like I said, other collections based on this. This is in fact quite a mathematical concept, but we will try to understand this from a Python perspective because that's what we are learning. However, the overlap with mathematics is in fact quite significant, and we will in fact see this as we go forward as well. In Python, the basic concept remains same. Set is still a collection of items with non-duplicate values. We can create a set by using the set list or say tuple command, as we just saw earlier. Using a set with no arguments creates an empty set. Let's see this in action. So we had here, we already saw this. Winner set is a set. Let's see with another example. Let's say I have a list called A, which has items 1, 2, 3, say 3 again, 5, and say 2. Now clearly this has duplicated items. I can, however, create, let's say, a set called B. I just do, let's say, set A, and you notice that B has only non-duplicate items. So that's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The duplicates have been taken out, just like was happening earlier. If I were to, let's say, create a set with no arguments whatsoever, I will get an empty set. Notice B is actually empty. It just says set, right? So that's kind of like an empty set, which means a set which has got nothing in there. We can also create set with a dictionary, in which case the set contains keys which fundamentally are unique. Again, let's take an example. Let's say I have a dictionary here called C, where I have, let's say, 1 maps to, say, for example, ONE, say 2, maps to, let's say 2, and let's say 10 maps to, say, for example, 10. Now this is clearly a dictionary. I can create set, say, C, and that is given by 1 to 10, which are the keys. And remember, keys had to be unique, so everything is consistent. Set must have unique values. Keys also must be unique. We can also create a set by just directly specifying, let's say, values inside a curly bracket. So I can go and say, for example, A is maybe, let's say, in the curly bracket 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just for example, and that creates a set. When I look at type of A, let's say, that also creates a set. However, if I were to try and create a set, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and say 5 again, and then let's say 4. If I try to do this, remember, sets cannot have duplicates. When I look at A, it is a set, all right, but it has got only 5 values, which are the unique values. So basically, this is like a collection, a collection of, let's say, values, which are all unique. Like I said, cannot, let's say, index into this. That's not allowed. And for the same reason, I cannot slice this set. Other than that, I can add values, remove values, but think of this like an unordered collection of data, let's say, structured in some logical way. Now, before I move forward, I just want to highlight that even though I can create a set, let's say, by using curly brackets, for example, 1, 2, 3, that is a set. But if I were to just try to do, let's say, empty curly brackets, in fact, we'll end up with a dictionary. So if I were to look at, let's say, type of B here, that is a dictionary. Now that's something to keep in mind. Both sets and dictionaries use curly brackets, but creating, let's say, an empty set of curly brackets results in a dictionary, not a set. So that's something quite interesting. In the next video, we will look at a, let's say, a bird's eye view of, let's say, how does set compare with, let's say, a list, tuple, and a dictionary? So that kind of like a big picture forms. And of course, with practice, by applying concepts in the in the real project, we will understand this whole thing much better. Again, this way of learning is very unique because we are always applying concepts to a problem, which makes it much more vivid, much more clear to understand, and much more enjoyable also. Look at our website www.ybyte.in because that is how we learn Python programming. Take care. Thank you so much. Bye bye.